Have you ever wondered why patience is often considered a virtue? It's a question that many of us have pondered at some point in our lives, and the answer is more profound than you may realize. Patience, in essence, is the ability to endure, to stay the course, and to remain calm in the face of adversity. It's the quiet strength that allows us to keep moving forward, even when progress seems slow or even non-existent. It's the force that helps us to control our impulses, to hold our tongue and to think before we act. In a world that often values quick results and instant gratification, the power of patience is a somewhat overlooked gem. Consider the story of a man named John. John had a dream to start his own business. He saved every penny he could, worked long hours and faced countless setbacks, but he didn't give up. He didn't let the hurdles deter him. Instead, he used each challenge as an opportunity to learn and grow. He knew that success wouldn't come overnight, and he was willing to put in the time and effort it would take to achieve his goal. Now let's look at the importance of patience in various aspects of life. In personal growth, patience allows us to acknowledge that change takes time. It gives us the freedom to make mistakes, to learn, and to evolve at our own pace. In relationships, patience is the glue that holds us together during tough times. It enables us to listen, to understand, and to forgive. In our career, patience helps us to stay focused on our long-term goals, even when we're faced with short-term obstacles. John's story is not unique. There are countless examples of individuals who have achieved great things through the power of patience. Inventors who spent years perfecting their creations, athletes who trained diligently for decades to reach the top. Writers who endured countless rejections before their work was finally recognized. The secret of their success? Patience. It's a virtue that we could all benefit from cultivating, no matter where we are on our journey. Patience is not just about waiting. It's about persistent effort, consistent growth, and unwavering faith in the process. It's about understanding that good things take time and that the journey itself is as important as the destination. Consider how patience plays a role in personal growth. It's akin to the slow and steady climb of a mountain where the real reward lies not only at the peak but also in the journey that gets us there. Let's delve into the story of a man named Ethan. Ethan was a 30-year-old who decided to learn the piano. Now, learning a new instrument is like learning a language. It demands time, dedication, and above all, patience. Ethan could have been disheartened by the initial struggle, the discordant notes, and the seemingly insurmountable task of mastering the instrument. But he wasn't. Instead, he chose to be patient. He knew that every missed note was a step closer to hitting the right one. Every failed attempt was a lesson learned, leading him closer to his goal. This wasn't an overnight journey for Ethan. Years passed. There were days he wanted to quit, days where the progress seemed negligible, even days when he thought he was moving backwards. But Ethan held on. He held on to his patience, his belief that every step, no matter how small, was a step forward. And slowly but surely, Ethan started to play. A melody here, a tune there. He started to recognize patterns, understand rhythms. His fingers, once clumsy on the keys, moved with a newfound confidence. The piano, once a challenge, became a source of joy, a means of expression. This is the power of patience. It's not about immediate results. It's about understanding that growth is a process, a journey. It's about acknowledging that every stumble, every setback is a part of the path to success. And so Ethan, with his patience, his perseverance, transformed himself. From a novice, he became a pianist. His progress was slow, but his patience led to mastery. And therein lies the lesson. In the realm of personal growth, patience is not just a virtue, it's a necessity. It's the quiet force that drives us, pushing us to learn, to grow, and to become the best version of ourselves. Now let's turn our attention to how patience influences our relationships. In the dance of human interactions, patience plays a pivotal role. It's the quiet power that smoothens the ripples of conflicts, mends the tears of misunderstandings, and fosters the growth of enduring bonds. Let's take a step into the world of a couple. Let's call them John and Jane. They were like any other couple, full of dreams, love, and also differences, like two distinct melodies trying to create a harmonious symphony. There were times when their differences seemed louder than their love. Their arguments became frequent, the tension palpable, the harmony they sought seemed to be slipping away. But did it? No. Let me tell you why. They chose patience. Instead of letting their differences divide them, they chose to patiently understand each other. When John, a die-hard sports fan, couldn't comprehend Jane's love for art, he didn't dismiss it. He patiently sat through art exhibitions, not because he suddenly loved art, but because he loved Jane. Jane, on the other hand, didn't understand the fuss about sports, but she patiently watched games with John, learning the rules, cheering for his team. Not because she was a sports enthusiast overnight, but because she loved John. This patience they demonstrated wasn't a one-off act. It was a conscious choice made every single day. They chose to understand before being understood, to listen before being heard, to love before being loved. And what happened? Their differences didn't vanish, but they started to matter less. Their love, understanding, and patience for each other began to create the symphony they sought. Their relationship, once teetering on the edge, found solid ground. Their love story is not unique, but it is an important reminder of the power of patience. So, remember, in the face of differences, misunderstandings, and conflicts, patience isn't just a virtue, it's a lifeline. It's the silent force that can turn discord into harmony, differences into strengths, and a troubled relationship into a loving one. Their patience with each other turned a troubled relationship into a loving one. Patience is equally important in our professional lives. In the hustle and bustle of the corporate world, patience can often be overlooked, yet it's a cornerstone of success. It's the unsung hero in the narrative of professional advancement. Let's delve into an anecdote to illustrate this point. Consider the story of a man named Jack. Fresh out of university, Jack joined a multinational corporation as an entry-level employee. The work was mundane, the hours long, but Jack had dreams of climbing the corporate ladder. He didn't expect an overnight ascension, he knew it would take time. Jack worked diligently, consistently meeting deadlines, taking on extra tasks, and learning from his superiors. Despite his hard work, promotions seemed to elude him. His peers, some with less experience, were moving up while he remained in the same position. It was easy to feel disheartened, yet Jack chose to exercise patience. Instead of succumbing to frustration, Jack used this time to hone his skills, to understand the inner workings of the company, and to build strong relationships with his colleagues. He knew that every role, every task, is a stepping stone to something bigger. Jack understood that patience isn't about waiting around, it's about making the most of the present, about growing and learning while you wait for your opportunity. Years passed. Some people advised Jack to switch companies, to seek faster growth elsewhere. But Jack had faith in his journey. He knew that his hard work and patience would eventually pay off. And one day it did. The company's CEO retired, and Jack's years of dedication, his deep understanding of the company's operations, and his strong relationships within the team made him the ideal candidate for the position. His patience paid off when he was finally promoted to the position he had always dreamed of. Patience in the workplace isn't about standing still, it's about moving forward at a pace that allows for growth and learning. It's about understanding that success is a journey, not a destination. So the next time you're feeling impatient at work, remember Jack's story. Remember that sometimes slow and steady does win the race. His patience paid off when he was finally promoted to the position he had always dreamed of. So how can we cultivate patience in our own lives? Let's dive right into it. The first technique we can use is mindfulness. This is a practice of focusing our attention on the present moment without judgment. It's about being fully engaged in whatever we're doing at that moment. So when you find yourself becoming impatient, take a deep breath and bring your attention back to the present. It's not about ignoring your feelings, but rather acknowledging them without letting them control you. Next, we have stress management. Stress is a common trigger for impatience. When we're stressed, our brains go into overdrive, making us more likely to react impulsively. So it's crucial to find healthy ways to manage stress. This could include physical activities like running or yoga, creative outlets like painting or writing, or relaxation techniques like meditation or deep breathing. Find what works for you and make it a regular part of your routine. Then we come to setting realistic expectations. Patience often eludes us when our expectations are too high or unrealistic. So it's essential to set achievable goals and be realistic about how long things take. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. Just because something isn't happening right now doesn't mean it never will. Give yourself and others the grace of time. And let's not forget about practicing patience itself. Like any other skill, patience can be improved with practice. So challenge yourself. Put yourself in situations where patience is required. Wait in the longer line at the grocery store, let that car merge in front of you in traffic, or take on a complex project that requires a lot of time and effort. Each time you successfully exercise patience, you're strengthening that skill. And finally, remember to be patient with yourself. Cultivating patience is a journey, not a destination. There will be times when you stumble, and that's okay. What's important is that you get back up and keep trying. With practice and a little patience, you too can become a master of patience. There are many benefits to practicing patience. Firstly, let's explore the realm of mental health. When we allow patience to seep into our lives, we cultivate a sense of tranquility and peace. Stress and anxiety are often triggered by our desire to control the uncontrollable, our need for immediate results. But when we embrace patience, we learn to release this grip. We learn to breathe, to wait, to let life unfold at its own pace. This not only reduces stress, but also promotes mental well-being. Next, consider our relationships. Whether it's a romantic partner, a family member, or a friend, relationships can be a testing ground for patience. We all have our quirks, our flaws, and our moments of misunderstanding. Patience allows us to navigate these complexities with grace. It fosters understanding, promotes forgiveness, and builds stronger, healthier relationships. Then there's the pursuit of success. In a world that often glorifies instant gratification, it can be easy to forget the value of perseverance, of staying the course even when the finish line seems far. But true success, the kind that's built to last, requires patience. It's the patience to keep learning, to keep improving, to keep pushing forward despite setbacks. It's the patience to understand that success isn't a sprint, but a marathon. But it's not just about the big things. Patience seeps into our everyday lives, making us more mindful, more present. It teaches us to savor the moment, to appreciate the journey, not just the destination. And in doing so, it enriches our life experiences, making them more meaningful, more fulfilling. Lastly, patience builds resilience. It teaches us to weather the storms of life with grace and dignity. It shows us that every challenge, every setback is an opportunity for growth, for learning. And in doing so, it makes us stronger, wiser, more capable. Patience truly is a virtue worth cultivating. It infuses our lives with tranquility, enriches our relationships, paves the way for lasting success, makes our everyday experiences more meaningful, and builds resilience. So, the next time you feel the urge to rush, to control, to fret, remember this: good things come to those who wait. Let's recap what we've learned about the power of patience. Indeed, patience is more than just a virtue. It's a life skill, a tool that can shape our experiences and mold our perspectives. We kicked off this journey by exploring the profound strength that lies within patience. It's a quiet power, not flashy or obvious, but it's the kind that can move mountains, one pebble at a time. We've seen how patience can make the impossible seem possible, turning obstacles into stepping stones towards success. Then we delved into the role of patience in personal growth, how it allows us to understand that growth is a process, not an instant change. It gives us the ability to endure the journey, to embrace the ups and downs, knowing that each step, no matter how small, is a step forward. Next, we navigated the intricacies of relationships and the necessity of patience within them. From romantic entanglements to familial ties to friendships, patience enables us to weather the storms, to forgive, to understand, and to grow together. It's a salve for wounds and a bridge over troubled waters. We also discussed patience in the workplace, It's the key to dealing with challenging tasks, difficult colleagues or demanding bosses. Patience helps us stay focused, calm and composed, turning every challenge into an opportunity for learning and advancement. Then we looked at the ways to cultivate patience. It's not a trait we're born with, but a skill we can develop. With mindfulness, self-awareness and a dash of empathy, we can foster a more patient approach to life. And finally, we examined the fruits of patience. From personal fulfillment to stronger relationships, from career success to a healthier mindset, the benefits of patience are manifold and profound. Remember, patience may not come easily, but its rewards are worth the wait.